You can tell me at the end of the call if it's worthwhile. I hope it's going to be worthwhile for you. I hope you're going to get the most out of the call. A little bit about me. So I've been in the agency space probably about 6 or 7 years now. Previously was a teacher. I fell into this actually through a gentleman called Rob Warner. You might know him in the space, but Rob's quite well known within the PPC space. But since then, for the last 7 years, I've been helping agencies grow. It's very much focused on sales and client acquisition, making sure that we can get clients, making sure that we can keep clients, getting that sort of consistent stream of business or new business into an agency. And that's one of the things I want to talk to you today about. We've got a number of softwares, a number of solutions that work. I want to introduce you to some of them, give you some opportunity to give them a go, really. See if they're right for you, see if they fit with your agency and your style, and we'll go from there. That's really my goal.
Awesome, man. Looking forward to it. Thank you for being here. And yeah, we had promoted out that that topic you had given me, the 5-step system that lands local marketing clients. So excited, man. Yeah,
well, to be honest, I think what I'm going to take you through, most of you already know. So it's probably just a bit of a repositioning and a look at it going, actually, I knew this or I was aware of this, but actually this is probably a bit of a different angle, or I didn't know that I could do all of these things that easily. So that's the hope from today, regardless of what's going to happen. And I'll talk about this in the slides. I have got a few slides to go through, but I promise it's not going to be death by PowerPoint. You will all get a brilliant gift just for being on this call. You're going to get something that you're going to be able to give to your clients. You're going to be able to something that you can use in your agency, something that you can be able to sell. So every single one of you that have attended here live, we're going to give you free email warming for life. So that's unlimited domains, unlimited accounts, unlimited everything. So use it for yourself, use it for your clients, use it for whoever you want. And we're going to give you that at the end of the call. So I'll give you a link so that everybody can get that just for being here. But cool, that's it from me at the start.
So yeah, I think they're ready. They're ready for you.
Perfect. Right, let's go for this. Bear with me. I've not used Teams before, so we're going to learn together. Well, we're not. You're going to watch me fail is probably the best way of putting at it. So here we go. So hopefully you can all see my screen. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, sir. You're doing good so far. That was the fastest. Awesome. I've not used Teams before, but I found the share button, so you're doing great.
I know how to feel pain. I just talk, right? Find it out. Talk for 30 seconds and find the solution. So here we go. Awesome. So so today is all about the 5-step system. I'm going to show you how you can land clients repeatedly. I'm going to show you how we've done it. I'm going to show you how we trained our agencies to do it. And I'm also going to, at the end of this call, guarantee it for you. Sounds a bit too good to be true, but when you see what we're going to show you, hopefully you'll go, yeah, I get it. I get the reason behind this. I get why this works. So let me first start by just taking you through what this is going to go through today. So are you in the right place? So these are the things that we're looking for. You're in the right place if you're an ambitious agency owner that wants to grow. That's what we're looking for here. If you understand that the digital marketing space, agency space is just changing in general. Things are changing. It's fast paced, whether it's Google bringing in AI or everybody pushing some form of AI, like it's changing massively. So one of the things with today is just taking you through some of these steps and making sure that you can see and embed these into your agency in the right place. So hopefully we're in the right place. If not, I apologize. It's going to be a long 45 minutes for you, but other than that, we'll go from here. So the first thing I want to do is ask a question, and please feel free to interact with emojis, hands up, talk. I mean, I don't ideally want this to be a monologue, but like, how many of you have tried and potentially failed with cold email? Like, I know I have. Do you mean done some cold outreach, probably not got the responses or the tractions I like? Call to actions have probably never worked as well as I'd like. Do you mean I just never been able to ramp it up? I've never been able to get that consistent lead flow. I've never been able to get being able to add it into my business. I've seen all these things on Reddit, and I've seen all these things on Facebook groups are talking about all this success, but I've never been quite able to do it. Well, today I'm going to hopefully change your mind on how you can do this. And I use cold email loosely because it's not the cold email that you're thinking. I'm not telling you here to stand and send out 15,000 emails a day. Actually, I don't want you to. I want you to send hundreds, okay? Little. And I'm going to show you why it's so powerful in a little second. So before we get into the nuts and bolts of this, I just want to sort of explain, well, I'm assuming everybody on this call knows who this person is. Everybody knows who Alex Hormozi is. Probably most of you have read the book, or at least heard of Alex Hormozi's 100 Million Leads.
I never talk about that book ever, guys. I've never mentioned it in this meeting at any point. I talk about it too much.
Well, hopefully those that you've read it will probably resonate with some of the stuff that's in it. So Alex wrote a pretty incredible book. It's actually his second one. It's amazing. But in his book, he talks about 7 key things. He basically covers 7 key points to scaling your business, making sure you get consistent lead flow. These are the 7: warm outreach, posting content, cold outreach. Do you know what I mean? It's all the stuff we know. But one of the things that we found when we were reading this book, and most importantly, was actually on page 231. And on page 231, we discovered that Alex generated 50% of his sales from these 6 channels. And the other 50% came from cold outreach. So 50% of his $192 million sales came from one channel. And lots of us don't have that tuned in. Lots of us don't have that built in. Okay. So what was Alex's blueprint? What was Alex saying that he should do? Well, this is Alex's 4 keys. List an ideal contacts, find a way to reach them, figure out what to say, contact them with value. Okay. All stuff that we know. And actually, we 100% agree with Alex. Alex's keys are 100% correct. But for the digital space, for digital marketers, and from what we've seen working with hundreds of agencies, he's missing a couple of steps. And I'm going to take you through these 6. There's 6 steps we'll show in a second. 5, and I'll show you why in a second, is a bonus one for you. So 5 steps and what they're going through. So these are what I'm going to take you through today. So here's the 5 keys, or the 6 keys I'm going to take you through. I'm going to show you how you can uncover premium clients in any niche or market. Okay? I'm going to show you how you can bulletproof your email deliverability. You always hit the inbox. I'm going to make sure that you hit the inbox of the right person. No team at, no info at. I want marketing director, founder. I want business manager. Who is it you want to reach? Who is it you want to message? I'm going to show you how you can do that exactly. I'm also going to show you how you can outreach with real value. No template, no one template fits all. Every person is going to receive a bespoke and unique email based off of them. Okay. I'm then going to show you how you can make sure that every email you sent is read. Well, 87% of them. And then we're going to make sure this is an omni outreach strategy. Okay. Not just one platform. Bonus 6, this is where I spend most of my time with AdLab. I'm going to show you how you can close any client on one call close without the need for an audit. Don't believe me? Me and my team do this daily. And I'm going to show you how you can do this all within this system. So how's this done? We've got a software called PPC AdLab. Okay. It was built out of a pain. It was built out of a pain of a previous agency we used to own. We used to own quite a large white label agency previously. And during COVID, one of the problems our agencies had was finding clients. So I went out and tried it. And one of the problems I had was finding clients, lead lists, good quality leads, all of this stuff. So our founder created PPC AdLab. And when we exited our white label agency, we took these softwares with us and we gave them to the public so that you guys can access and use them as well. So I did mention this before, but I just want to make everyone aware, you are going to get unlimited cold email for life just by being on this call. I have actually sold this to clients for just 250 quid. Simple setup, something to do, something to put into place. So at the end of this call, make sure that you email everybody on your current list and you'll pay for your time today. I promise you that. You're going to get unlimited domains, unlimited accounts for life. So you can add everybody in here, whoever you want in, no problems at all. I'll make sure that's all sorted at the end. So introduce myself briefly, but let me just go over it. Agency Sales Coach, I've worked with thousands of agencies, generated hundreds of thousands of agencies just like yourself. I've created 7-figure funnels, all of that stuff, but forget about all of them because the main point here that we care about is bullet point 5. I am a AdLab user. I use it daily. My team uses it daily. The pains, the problems, I experience them just like anybody else because I am an AdLab user. And that's one of the reasons I want to show you this. I'm showing you this because I love the tool. I genuinely love the tool. So the process that I'm going to take you through is also generated for our agencies. This isn't something that we've never done before. Actually, when we first tested this, we took 14 agencies through it. They scheduled 38 appointments in 14 days. 10 of those agencies closed a client and they added 15 new clients to their books. On average, they added $5,200 monthly per agency. Okay? So, first off, really simply, what is PPC AdLab? Okay, so PPC AdLab is a software that goes out to Google, it captures data, and then presents that data back to you. You can then use that however you want. So agencies use it for account optimization for PPC. Some of them use it for in campaigns. Some use it to run audits and accounts. Some use it for sales presentations. Some use it for cold email and outreach. All of this is possible. Today, I'm going to show you how you can outreach with AdLab, but hopefully you'll start to see other ways you can use the tool as well. So first off, I want you to uncover premium clients in any niche or market. How do we do this? Well, there's already been far too many slides for my liking as it is already. So I want to show you the tool. I want to take you in here. I want this to be as interactive as possible. I am going to go through quite a quick pace because we've got 6 things to go through. But if you've got questions or things you want to talk about, raise them on the call. I want to make sure everybody gets anything they need answered. So here is PPC AdLab. Okay, so I've logged into the tool. I've opened it up. So to get data from Google, we need to give PPC AdLab 3 pieces of information. So if we come on the left-hand side, we're basically going to come to jobs. And in here, this is where we choose the 3 pieces. I'm going to leave that open because it'll make it easier for you guys to navigate and see where we're going. So we give it 3 pieces of information. The first is a location. The second is a keyword. The third is a frequency. So really simply, say I want to prospect for plumbers. I can go Chicago as my city, plumber near me, 9 a.m. And the tool will go out, find everybody that's running ads or searching, appearing for plumber near me. That's local service ads, maps ads, everything, okay? And present that data back to you. Okay? Now, that will get you hundreds of plumbers, okay? But really, you want to manipulate this information to find your ideal prospects. So maybe you're prospecting plumbers, but not every plumber is the person you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for people with a certain amount of vans on the road. Maybe you're looking for people with certain products. So maybe you go for air conditioning install. Maybe you look at search terms that you know don't convert. Maybe you look at those things that you know about your business that brings in the ideal clients to find your prospects. And by manipulating those information is how you find those prospects. And you can find anybody with this. Now, when you're building out your jobs, when it comes specifically for prospecting, my recommendation is from the 102,000 locations that we've got from pretty much every country you can expect to every zip code, state, town, government area, airport, everything you could ever think of. What you want to do when you're prospecting is you want to be choosing what we call a service area. And this is the area your prospect services. So generally that might be a town, a city, a couple of towns, a couple of cities. The reason is if I'm prospecting plumbers, I want to pull data that when I come to outreach to them, I can say really relevant things. So I can say things like, hey, Vince, hope you don't mind me getting in touch. I can see that you're doing X, Y, and Z. Did you know Nick down the road is doing this, this, and this? Did you know that this is working? Did you know that's this? And it shows that relevance that I know about their market. Okay. Is everybody getting this so far? Is everybody okay? Thumbs up, heads. Everybody okay so far? Anybody got any questions at this point? Anybody want to understand it a bit from their niche? Or are we all good when it comes to perfect? Brilliant. So once we've chosen our location, we then choose our keywords. You're going to be choosing 3 to 5 keywords or search terms when you're prospecting. Okay. The reason you want to use 3 to 5 is this will get you enough amount of data, but it will not eat through your credits. Don't worry about credits at the moment in time. Never worry about credits. You'll have far too many with the system. But 3 to 5 keywords. So plumber near me, all of those types of things. Your frequency, you're going to put it as this to start with. You're going to put 168 as your round limit. You're going to leave it on desktop. You're going to leave it to run daily, hourly. Why? This will basically search every day, every hour. You can see here the rounds are every hour. Okay, so this is my local time. You can see this will run for 168 rounds. Basically, it's going to search 24/7 for a week and switch off. Now, why do we want to do that? When we're first prospecting, we want as much data as possible so that we can use those as sale points. Hey, Nick, I can see that you're running ads for plumbers, but did you know that you're bidding on the search term plumber near me and you're spending that at midnight? It might be worth bidding on the search term emergency ads, which you're not bidding on at that period of time. Okay. And we use that data to find those pain points. Who's running ads at specific times? And with the spread of data, once we know all of this, we refine it. When we know what works, we go, okay, I'm converting all of my clients with this specific pain point, those that are running ads at midnight. Fantastic. Let's put that into there and I'll find those people. Does this all make sense, guys? Is everybody okay with this so far? Brilliant. So obviously, when we give this to agency owners, they're much smarter than myself. So let me show you some of the ways that agencies use it. We've got a lady called Jocelyn, who's famous for what we call the SEO switch method. So she prospects in cities and locations of 100,000 or less. She chooses search terms she knows she can get ranking super quick. She finds anybody that's selling and running ads on PPC that's not performing and switches them off PPC onto an SEO package. That's what she does. We've got a guy called Garrett who's famous for what we call our out of hours. He only focuses on emergency. He finds people that are bidding on the search terms emergency, but are not running their ads when they're closed. So a plumber running ads for emergency, but not running their ads between the hours of 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. or at the weekends and focuses on those. He looks at those people. Here's another couple of ways you can do it. Worst plumber, worst electrician, worst real estate agent. Hey, Vince, did you know you're the worst real estate agent in San Francisco? Don't worry, I'm not saying this. You are, and you're paying for it. Insert screenshot of their ad. Okay, look, if you've got this mistake in your campaign, what else is going on? You can play around with these types of messages so it allows you to stand out and create compelling, get compelling responses. Everybody okay with this so far? Perfect. Everybody feel like they could create their ideal niche and list from this? Does everybody get with this so far? Perfect. If you do have any questions, guys, just jump in. I'm not sure how it works, but perfect. That is key one. So that's number one. That's us gathering that ideal list and prospects. Okay. So key two, we've got a few things to go through. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how once we've got these ideal prospects, I'm going to show you how you can get 10 out of 10 deliverability. You will never hit the spam box. Okay. I'm going to show you how you can make sure you hit the inbox of the ideal prospect. No info at, no receptionist, founder, business manager, sales manager, whoever you want, we can find it for you. Okay. I'm going to show you how you can create with personalized problem evoking email. Okay. No email will be the same. Finally, I'm going to make sure your emails get open and read. Sounds too good to be true, but let me show you in AdLab how you're going to be able to do this. So, step one, when we come into AdLab, once our job started to run its gathered data, on the left-hand side, we'll see a few bits in here. So the first is email accounts. Okay. Now, cold email has a bad name, and cold email has a bad name for a bad reason. Most people that do cold email send tens of thousands of spammy messages that are never relevant. Actually, go to your inbox right now, look at your spam folder, and I can guarantee you've got unpersonalized messages hitting your inbox. You have no clue about your services. Being honest, I had somebody selling me my own services the other week. Hey, do you want to come and do some lead prospecting through cold email? Like, even have a look at my website, like, know nothing about me. Okay, so how do we differ? So the first is we have no limit on the amount of emails that you can add into AdLab. Why do we do this? We do not want you sending thousands of emails. We want you sending hundreds, okay? Tens of per account. And the reason for this is you can add multiple email addresses in, but set your limit to low. Look at mine, 25 emails per day, okay? I'm sending like 200 emails across. This is my other system, 200 emails per day across my systems. I'm sending 50 emails, well below what I'd probably send in my normal inbox, okay? But I'm getting responses. What else are we doing? Well, we monitor your emails for you. We make sure that you're getting the best deliverability. We make sure you're not blacklisted anywhere. And if you are, you can remove that all within one platform. On top of that, what other platforms don't do, but we do, you can create a custom tracking domain per email. This means you don't share a tracking domain with everybody else. So somebody else affects it. You have one individually. So this means you have control over your emails. This guarantees you to hit the inbox. If you've never done it before, you can also warm up in PPC AdLab. And this is what you guys will get access to all for free. You're going to get access to the email warming. You can add as many emails in here as you want. You can set the emails to warm. They'll warm for you. So if you've got multiple emails on the background, you can start to warm these up. Everybody okay with this so far? Everybody get this part? Making sure that we can hit the inbox, making sure we get deliverability. Fantastic. If there's any questions, guys, please just let me know. I'm happy to answer anything at any point. Once we're hitting the inbox, we want to make sure we hit the inbox of the right person. Sorry, Vince, I'm going to pick on you all night, but I hope you don't mind. But say I want to hit Vince. I want to hit Vince's inbox. I want to sell to Vince. I don't want to sell to his VA or his other team. Okay, how do I do this? Well, within AdLab, we do contact lookups. Okay, we've got Hunter.io and Scrape Hero integrations. Okay, generally speaking, Hunter.io will get a 60% hit rate. It's not good enough. We have a service called AccuFind. AccuFind is where our team will manually go out and find the contact details for you. That's their email, that's their mobile number, that's their social profiles. So you want marketing manager, no problems. Our team will manually find that detail and add it in. Other service of the platforms, you might be aware of this, generally charge $1 to $1.50 per lookup. You get 100 lookups included in PPC AdLab every single month. There's 100 free lookups every month. And then when you want more, they're 20 cents a lookup. And the reason for this, we're trying to get you success. We're not trying to kneecap you. We want you to get results with the tool. So that is how we make sure we hit the inbox. And then that's how we make sure we hit the inbox of the exact person we need. We choose that person and our team will go and find it. Everybody okay with this so far? Yeah, everybody like that? Is all fine with this? So quick one on here. For those of you that might be just going, how good is this? Well, we tested this with one of our legal clients and he only prospects in the legal niche. Anybody that's ever prospects in the legal niche knows how difficult it is to get through gatekeepers and get to the specific decision makers. So we tested our system, AccuFind, against his VA. In 24 hours, we found better contact details than his VA did in 7 days. We've got the case study in the video, so anybody wants me to see it afterwards, you can see that. Regardless of this, guys, join our Facebook group of over 600 agencies and just hear the success stories and speak to people for real. But just want to make sure you know it does work. It gets real results. So once we're hitting the inbox, of the ideal person, we now want to send messages they've never seen before. So how do we do this? Well, we do this with our email templates. Within PPC, no problems, Leanne, I'll make sure it gets to you. So within PPC Ad Lab, you are able to write emails, but not like emails you've seen before, because you can import the data that we find, their name, their position, their ad copy, their keywords, all of this stuff you can add in. So where they're seen, their name, their job rank, all of this. So let me just put it this. Okay, so you have this in, but no pressure, like everybody watching you. My English teacher would be proud. So here we go. So when you put it into here, you can get this, and this will import with real data. So each person will come through it. Now, remember, if we're pulling this, building our job up localized, we're talking about their market. Hey, Vince, we just did a recent data dive for plumbers and seen that you're advertising in the Chicago area. Did you know you were ranked 50 out of 50? This means you were at the bottom of everybody else. Do you want to know who was number 1? And do you want a copy of all ad copy? We've actually got 1,500 unique pieces of ad copy to share with you. Okay, all of these different angles we can use. But what we can do with this part is we can also embed images. We can take screenshots of the data that we find and we embed that in. Again, further personalization. Or if you want, you can also create your own images. So here's 2 that I've created, and here's 2 that I have used previously. And I'll explain the stories behind these. And you can see how these will import. There you go. So let's just, let me show you these. So this will create personalized emails. So this would be bespoke and unique to each person. It will be their name, their details. So it'll be like, hey, Vince, just seen you running ads for Vince.com. Insert ad for Vince. Okay, so this would be Vince's ad. Okay, alternatively, you can create things like this. And again, this will populate with Vince's data. So this would be Vince. This would be Vince's biggest competitor. So if I tell you the story behind this one, this was actually one that I did within the solar niche. So for anybody that's prospected in the solar niche, one of the things that you find specifically within the solar niche is there is a lot of lead gen businesses. Generally, they are piping loads of ad spend into there, and most brick and mortar type businesses can never compete on ad spend. So I did this, and I knew that was going to be a David versus Goliath type approach. Hey, Vince, why is Angie's List always beating you? You're not fed up of them beating you on ad spend and then reselling your leads to you for a premium? Okay, these types of things. You can do this and update it. This was actually sent the day after the Oscars, so it went down with a mixed positive and negative, but I got a lot of responses. You could do something really simple like this as well. You're throwing away your ad spend. Literally just include their ad. Hey, Vince, did you know you're the worst marketer in San Diego? Look, I'm not saying this, you are, and you're showing for it. Why do I say that? That's what I did. I actually ran this for agencies, for the worst agency in X, and some of the biggest agencies you would know appeared. And my message was super simple. If you can't manage your ads, how can you expect your clients to manage theirs? How can your clients expect you to think they can manage theirs? Okay. Didn't go down too well, but again, I got a lot of responses. It was good. It was good communication. Depends on the way that you like to do it. Probably gathering now I'm a bit of this guerrilla marketing type guy. I call it marketing. I'm not. I'm a guerrilla sales guy. I just like those types of things. But anyway, let's carry on. Let's go from there. So you can see how you can send these messages. Okay. But again, these aren't personalized enough for us. With PPC Ad Lab, we can take it to the next level. And that next level is using AI, but not like any other system. So we have what we call Smart Prompt. And what Smart Prompt does is it uses our data, your knowledge and insight and AI to write personal messages. If we find 60 people and you're selling SEO services and you don't want to sell to number one, well, we want to be sending another message to them. And the way that this works is you basically write a piece of text based off of the custom value. So if you go, hey, if they're ranked between this and this, say this type of thing. If they're ranked between this and this, say this type of thing. Okay. And what that means is that when the tool reads it, every single person receives an individual email. And all you've had to do is tell the tool what's positive and negative. And the AI will take over and write those personalized messages for you. Okay? Really, really smart when it comes to making sure that our messages are bespoke to every individual. Now, on top of that, we also have this. And this is our 10x emailing system. What is our 10x emailing system? Well, this is probably one of the biggest changes that we've done to cold email. And when I take you through this, you'll go, oh my God, why the hell did I never think of this before? So how do we get an 87% open rate on average from our emails? Well, we keep sending them until they read it. Now, how do we do that? Well, we create our email messages and we put multiple subject lines onto it. And we just run through the subject lines until it's open and read. Now, what you'll probably do at the moment with your emails or outreach in general, you'll spend a week constructing the most beautiful emails, 7 incredible emails. You will send them to Vince. Vince will not see email 1. He'll glance email 2. 3 will hit his spam. 5 and 6 he'll miss. 7 he'll read and it'll be like, hey, you missed all of this opportunity, bye for now. What happened? You didn't take that customer on a journey with you, didn't move them through. You're likely having to put things like pushing to the top of your inbox. You're having to repeat your services and messages. Well, with the 10x system, you have full control over your emails. So it means your first email, you can not move them on to the next one until you know they've read and seen that. So you can go, okay, keep sending this until this one's read and seen. Once that's read and seen, send the next one. Okay, send the next one, send the next one. So if I talk about one of our agencies in particular, Dawn did this exact method, but on email 4, his email was, I am going to call you. And on email 4, he picks up the phone and rings them, well, his team does. Okay, and it's very different. It's a, hi, is Vince available? No, of course Vince isn't available. I've got his gatekeeper. No, Vince isn't available. He's expecting your call. He is actually. I've sent him a couple of emails and I said that I would give him a quick call to now. I thought now would be a good time because this is lunch break normally, but is it not really? Whatever. Blah, blah. Okay, yeah, fantastic. Got you through. Gets you through that gatekeeper. It really works, and it's just a super simple section. The good thing about this is lots of people think, oh, but spam, you spam. No, you're not sending any more emails than you were previously. You're just making sure the ones that you see are read. The most engaged come through the funnel the quickest, and you follow up with those. That's the next part. The next part is not everybody spends their life in email. If you're prospecting to blue collar, they're probably on site. If you're prospecting to white collar, they're probably in meetings and doing other stuff. So we integrate with Zapier and LinkedIn so that you can outreach on the other systems as well. You email Vince, he opens the email, you want to send him a quick voicemail drop. You then want to drop him another email with a quick video in it, okay? You want to send him a text message, you can do all of that. Hey, you outreach into Leanne, you send her a quick message, she opens up your email, you send her a connection request on LinkedIn. You follow her on LinkedIn, you like a couple of her LinkedIn posts and pages. Okay, and it's this omni outreach strategy that allows you to start this conversation and get clients. Is this making sense, guys? Everybody getting this? I'm going through this at some pace, but hopefully you guys are starting to see just all the puzzle and the pieces of the puzzle coming together. So this is what it's all about. It's all about connecting this to make sure that we get the ideal prospects and close the ideal deals. So hopefully here, there was a few steps in there. There was about 3 keys in there, but hopefully you've seen how we can use this to automate our outreach and find the ideal prospects. We're sending hundreds of emails to a closed deal instead of thousands of emails to a booked appointment. It's targeted messaging to the right people, hitting their inbox and making sure we are where they should be. Okay. Anybody that's in marketing and had success with retargeting in the past, you can understand why this is so valuable. Put retargeting pixel into your email, open it up from there, open up your landing page and have a landing page up there with a VSL. Okay, there's so much more you can do with it as well. And I'll explain some of the other things that you can do in a minute. So what's the final part? Well, the final part to this is once you've booked that appointment, once you've got that client on a call, okay, I'm going to show you how you can close deals in one close calls without the need for an audit. And I don't really care what service you're selling, whether you're selling SEO, Facebook, PPC, whether you're selling reviews, whether you're selling a combination of them all, go high level. All of our agencies are doing all of it. And I'm going to show you how you can do this in AdLab as well. So apart from the outreach, the most powerful part for AdLab for me is the data itself. So within the jobs that gather, you get a range of information in here. You get advertisers' positions, their ads, see where they're coming from, their position, their ad send, competition on text, LSA, shopping, maps. There will be no shopping in this because this is a plumber one. Related search terms, keywords. We get the ad copy. We get the keyword frequency. We get the competitors. Okay, we get the schedule. We get the contact details as well. I've gone through that really quick, and the reason is because I'm going to show you how you can do this as a sales presentation right now. So to do this as a sales presentation, which I train on regularly, all my team does this. So the first thing you're going to do is take it from prospect into analyst view. And what this does is it removes anything related to prospecting. The next part you're going to do is the tool is fully white labelable anyway. So any links, anything you send out, it's all on your brand. But for this case, all we're going to do is click this button and it will turn it into presentation mode. And this will give me relevant data on the market. So how do I generally use this? So for me, I have 3 slides as an introduction, and I have 3 slides as a close. So it's that first bit of introduction that you would normally do within your presentation. And then once you've done that, you come into here. Your questioning then lives in here. Hey, Vince, what are you trying to achieve? How are you looking at? What's the growth plan for this year? What are you looking to do, etc., etc. Okay. Once I've done this, the first place I'm going to go to for Vince, if I'm speaking to any end client, is the competition. Because once Vince understands that he's not the only person in the market and there is a lot of competition for what he's doing, we can start to have interesting calls. And I'm not going to lie, if anybody that's seen what Vince just did there, I hope he did that for me. I paid him earlier. That is exactly what happens on end client calls. You pull this up, the first thing an end client will do is they'll come in and they'll have a look. They'll lean in to have a look at this. The first thing you want to do is they will find their competition. Oh my God, that's Barry. There's Sarah. I didn't know he was running ads. Oh, can you show me what they're doing? Of course I can. And that's what you want to do. You take them down this path. Once we've started to look at their competition, we can then start to look at the market. So if we're looking at PPC, for example, we can start to look at the average position. Okay, you're running ads. When you were seen, Indeed, you were seen generally on position 4. Most of the time, I would always say if you're below 3, you're not doing very well. You're not being that consistent at the top. So this person here isn't doing a great job of their ads, really. 2.56 for average position. Not that great, really, for the consistency. They've got decent budget. They're spending a decent amount. They've seen a decent amount. Generally speaking, I know one thing that would improve this. Let's have a little look. Yeah, so just a quick insight for you. It doesn't happen for all of it, but you'll see higher percentage of extension visibility, normally the higher for average position. It's not for everybody, but that's what you normally see. Quick insider tip for you. It's one I give away free on my calls. So I just go, hey, do you want one tip that will increase your lead position? Jump on a call. Quick tip for you. So we've got that. What we can start to do from here is we can start to look at different areas as well. We can start to look at the schedule. We can start to see who's running ads in the morning and overnight. We can start to see who's running ads in the evening and overnight. Okay. We can see weekdays, weekends, who was not seen in these times. Okay, who was not seen in this location for this keyword during these times? And again, you can start to pull this data out. This is what we do on our calls. I bring this up and I speak to the customer. I then start to highlight their competition so that we highlight them in the searches. Okay, so that when we come into here and we start to talk about areas, they know them throughout. And we can start to compare and contrast them against what the competitors are doing. You can also come to the keyword, the ad copy. You can do a comparison view and start to see the ad copy. Or alternatively, hey, Vince, what are you focusing on? Oh, yeah, we've got a 50% offer on running at the moment. Okay, is that the best in the market? Let's put 50% into there. My keyboard's not working, but you would put 50% and it would, or you can type the word free in and it will find anybody that's got the word free in their ad copy or anything like this. Again, things to note. Every single thing on here is downloadable. You can turn it into nice PDFs. You can send it because we also pull contact data, location information. So their site and offices. Leanne, really cool for legal market. Just so you're aware. I know you probably know, but just an insight. So from that side of it, so you can send those documents out. Also, the other thing that's really insightful from here, you'll see that all of this is iframeable. So you can actually iframe these onto your website. You can frame these into reports or PDFs. People's using Go High Level. You can put it into a dashboard in Go High Level and sell it as an additional report. There's loads and loads of things you can do from here. A lot to take in. But is everybody all right so far? Has everybody got this? Everybody nodding heads, okay? Yeah. This call is being recorded, so it is like drinking from a fire hydrant. I understand that, but I just want to try and get as much information out to you guys as humanly possible. So hopefully you guys have seen the value from PPC Ad Lab and what it can do, okay? This is your action plan in really simple terms to win clients consistently. Actually, our agencies generally book 1 to 3 new client appointments every single month with PPC Ad Lab. So the first thing you're going to do is identify, okay, your ideal prospects. Niche location problem. That's the main part. Niche location problem. If you're ever unsure of this and you're not clear, I always say to our agencies, go grab a coffee, go for a walk, have a think about your last deals you closed. Okay, why did you close them? Why did they choose you over everybody else? And I promise you it's not because you do SEO or PPC. Promise you it's not that. What is the reason they picked you? Okay, what was it? You need to find more of those people. That's who you're looking for. Okay, for anybody on here that's just getting started, I'm not sure if that is anybody, but has never done this before, really just think about who you want to service, who you want to help. Okay, if you're looking for a niche, my recommendation, and I go against a lot of people, so I apologize if anybody's training in here. I don't think if you're just getting started, you should ever niche down, but you should go for a niche that can pay for your services. Okay, so go for somebody that you know when you win, they can close your deal quickly. Okay, so go from that. So second part, personalize your outreach. Okay, generic emails will not work. Use the data to stand out. Use the AI system to make sure your emails are compelling. Use images. Those people that are on here that might be thinking, oh, but images will affect deliverability. We're not sending thousands of images. Remember, we're sending hundreds maximum over multiple email domains. We're keeping well under Google's thresholds. It's always something that comes up. It's so funny. It's like, are you not worried about Google's changes? No, because Google's changes is 5,000 emails a day. We're not sending 5,000 emails a day. Right? It's fine. It's no problems at all. So there's those things to think about. Next part, always think about this. Lots of our agencies sit on this data. Don't. Become the authority. Okay, I book podcasts and meetings all the time off this data. If you are niche specific, outreach to people. You want a quick tip or a win? For those of you that are working within niches where there is either a, what would you call it? A supplier. So say you're a roofer, roof suppliers, something like that. If you don't know this, They have the same invested interests as you. They want their clients to sell more because they sell more. Okay. So you can work with partnerships with them and provide free data. Hey, look, we know you want to do this, this, and this. If we were to provide reports on what's going on and that you could email this out to your customers, all I'd want you to do is put our logo or name on the bottom. Okay, that's that. For those of you that are in more professional niches, look at more of the professional communities. One of our agencies now speaks internationally at events in a specific niche using this data. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know this niche had events. Like, I was like, they go to events? Like, it was so obscure. So, but just think about those things outside the box that allow you to be the authority. Finally, close with data. Use the data that we've got to close those deals. I promise you it works. I was speaking with an SEO agency, a very large SEO agency, and they were putting together these SEMRUsh audit PDF things that they were putting together for like hours. They said it'd take them 2 to 3 days to build out, and one of their main team to put into place to put in. Okay. I showed them PPC Ad Lab and they're like, oh my God, and you guys can do that in a sales call. I was like, yeah, exactly. Like, don't spend that time until we know that person's committed. Like, once that person's committed and we've got it in place, let's put that work in. But at that point, let's not worry about that at that moment. So action plan really quickly into there. Talked about Dawn before. He generated 50K in 90 days using this process. And he basically did the same thing, but email 4 was a call on there and through that side of it. So main thing from me here, guys, is if you go to our website, you will get this for $397 or something. So if you guys are interested, you can get 50% off forever, no questions asked. Okay, ppcadlab.com/keys, you'll get access to that. One thing I'd like you to know about us as well, you will grow to hate me. I am available on 3 to 4 live calls every week. We've got a Facebook group. Our chat is available 7 days a week. I always say this, we are a SaaS with service, okay? We're here to help you, make sure that you find success with it. If you're interested, follow there. For those of you that want to guarantee clients, we can do that. Okay, how do we do this? Well, we actually tie this to our annual. So for those of you that are interested in our annual, you can get 12 months worth of Ad Lab and all of these grandfathered pricing. There's a couple of things I want you to know in here that are big differences with the annual. The first, when it comes to the annual, is you get all your AccuFind credits up front. You get 1,300 AccuFind credits added to your account. If you look at other businesses, that's £1,300 or dollars in just that alone. You'll get that added straight into your account. The main things that come with the annual, though, that would be of interest to people, you will get 12 months of LinkedIn prospecting software. For anybody that is already paying for a LinkedIn prospecting software, this will beat it. No questions asked. It is a separate product. It is a separate service. We offer bi-weekly training on it with the founder. We go through it. We help you build it out. And the reason that we work with this software is because it integrates fully with PPC Ad Lab. So the data that we get in PPC Ad Lab, we can push into our messages. Hey, Leanne, I've seen you running ads in X location and X. Just wanted to do a quick connection request. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, Vince, did you know da-da-da-da has changed his ad copy? Da-da-da, all those types of things. Okay, so all of that. Final thing is with the annual, we do guarantee it. If you do not land a client, I do it. Me and my team build it out for you until you do. Okay, if you're interested in that, you can. Now, we know the biggest problem with this, though, I know Alex said this, is consistency. Alex Hormozy says 100 follow-ups, 100 days, simple, keep it primary. So how do we make sure that we guarantee success? Well, with the annual, you guys will also get a 100-day Hormozy support group. Okay, we are going to work with you for 100 days to build this out, to put this into your business, make sure it's working and successful. Okay. Finally, again, LinkedIn prospecting, 12 months done for you. That's with the annual. It's 1897, guys. Same link, ppcadlab.com/keys if you are interested. Quick one from there. Hopefully you guys got that one. I will go back to it in a second. But does anybody have any questions for the last sort of 10 minutes or so, or anything they want me to go through, discuss, explain, use cases, whatever you want, guys? I'm here to help and support wherever I can. Please, Leanne. I don't know how to unmute or anything. So
and I hope this is not a stupid question. I'm a first timer on this, so just to be really clear, when you're talking about LinkedIn prospecting tool, are you talking about Sales Navigator? So it's Sales Navigator included, or is that a different tool?
No, it's a different tool. So basically what the tool does, so if you Sales Navigator, so for anybody that's not familiar, so basically Sales Navigator allows you to get better data from LinkedIn. You can do better searches and better information. Generally speaking, it costs about $100, I think it is, a month. Okay. What we've got is a separate software. So this automates your outreach. So what you do is it works both on a standalone and with ours. So say you create a list in PPC Ad Lab and we find these prospects, okay, plumbers in Chicago. What we can then do is, because AccuFind finds all of their LinkedIn profiles, what we can do is we can create flows. So we can go, okay, Leanne opens her email, fantastic. Send her an automated connection request on LinkedIn. Okay, like one of her posts, open up her page. Okay, write a couple of messages after her posts. Now, you can integrate it with PPC Ad Lab and you can use this data across, but it also is a standalone. So for those of you that want to do automated birthday messages and follow-ups, for those of you that want to do just general messages and pull lists, for those of you that have got Sales Navigator and want to find an ideal prospect list and do general outreach through LinkedIn, all of that is included. It's separate product on its standalone, but integrates fully with Ad Lab so that you can use the benefits. But great question, Leanne. Fantastic question. Any final questions for anyone else? Anyone else I can help with or anything? If not, I've got one final giveaway for you. Do you want to pay for PPC Ad Lab tonight? Do you want me to show you how you can do it? I'm going to give you a few strategies. So the first ways that you're going to pay for PPC Ad Lab tonight. Number one, you have just got free cold emailing, free cold email warming. Okay. This is not available anymore. You're generally having to pay $50 to $100 a month to do it, and then all the processes put in place. You can easily sell that to anybody on your list for a minimum of $100 to $200. No questions asked. That will pay for PPC Ad Lab overnight. Okay, that's step one. Step two, do you have an existing client? Do you have an existing client with a specific service or service you're selling? Upsell them. Use the data, run a job within their location, run it over a short period of time, create a Loom video. Hey, Leanne, I hope you don't mind me getting in touch. It's been a little while since we last spoke, but we actually just did a data dive for legal clients. And did you know that this, and this has happened and this has changed, right? That works. You can then upsell into other products. On top of that, anybody that has an existing client. So we've got a couple of agencies that make big bucks off of these two things. For anybody that's got an existing client, well, let's ask, how many of you on here do SEO? How many do PPC? How many do SEO and PPC? Where are we all at? Just put there. Anyone doing any of those services? SEO, PPC? Yeah.
All the above.
All the above? Yeah, perfect. All the above. Okay, cool. So here's a couple of things for you then. So anybody that's doing SEO that's standalone, well, actually, it doesn't matter. Okay. One of the things that you'll find is, regardless of how good somebody's SEO is on their brand, if somebody bids against your brand, okay, they beat you. PPC shows above SEO, no matter what. Somebody bids across that, you have to bid it up. Okay. This means the only way that you can appear above that, generally speaking, is PPC, turning it on and off. Okay. Most brands, most big brands are going to have to turn that on fully. Okay. Well, you can now monitor it 365 days a year for your clients and sell it. Hey, we'll monitor all locations and we'll turn it on and off for you and let you know when it's happening. Put their brand keywords in, their brand name, their brand location. I always go with this one, so just go with me. It's just the easiest. McDonald's, McDonald's.com. I'm loving it. Okay. Here's those brand terms, searching these major cities. Oh, actually, Chicago, New York, everywhere that we're not. Miami, somebody else has just started bidding against our brand. Fantastic. Turn it on and off. The other beauty of this is what we call competitive monitoring or brand monitoring. You will be surprised at who's bidding on their competitors, on your client's brand, and what they're saying. We have an agency that found their church, the church down the road, was basically slagging them off in the text, was saying not nice things about in the ad copy. You're not allowed to do that. Okay, so you can send a cease and desist. Okay, so you can do that. We've got an agency in the UK that works with a pharmaceutical brand in the UK. They have sole sell rights over a specific product range. Nobody else is allowed to mention it because it's a big product range that drives traffic to their site. They put PPC Ad Lab in place and monitored the UK, and they filled their legal team's work for 2 months with brands like Amazon stealing traffic by mentioning these brands to pull traffic in from different places. Okay, you can do exactly the same. I've done it for coaches. You'd be surprised at the amount of coaches trying to steal traffic off of the coaches and saying not very nice things. So all of this stuff works. Legal is another point. You can just monitor those brands and pull it through. It's a service you can sell overnight. Next one. Anybody here work with... Yeah, it's a good one. Is that a good one, Martin?
Leanne's smiling pretty big right now.
You said the word coaches and legal in the same sentence, so that was enough for me.
So the other one that's interesting is, anybody here working with franchises? Has anybody got a franchise or work with franchises? Okay, so the other thing just to think about, you need to know the franchise, and it's not all franchises are the same, but I know one agency in ours that does really well with this. But franchises generally have a location area. They are not allowed to leave that location area. They're not allowed to take traffic off of people in other locations. The problem is most franchises don't manage that. The agency does. So if an agency isn't performing, they just increase their location area, okay? And nobody's monitoring it. So if they're stealing traffic from somebody else's location, they can get fined. So one of our agencies works with an absolutely massive franchise in the US, okay? He started off with just a few franchise locations, and he was monitoring his locations with AdLab and found that other locations were stealing traffic. So he sent a letter to the franchise and the head office. Head office responded, "How the hell are you doing this?" "Oh, well, we're just monitoring all our locations to make sure that we're getting consistent." "Okay, can you do it for all of our locations?" "Of course, yes, I can." Now he monitors all of these locations for the franchise, gets paid for it. The franchise, and then anybody competes, the franchise now sends them a 5-figure fine. The head office sends them a 5-figure fine. They are told to find a new marketing agency. Who do you think they go to? Like, it's these types of things. So if you've got a franchise, if you've got anybody that's specific, location specific, it's those. The other part to that, and the other thing to look on from that, is expansion campaigns. Somebody that's looking to grow into a new territory. This happens a lot within, especially in the States, within like blue collar, like gardening, etc. Lots of southern states or northern states will move south or north depending on the weather. Okay, it's like birds flocking. Do you know what I mean? It's like, hey, do you know what I mean? It's getting cold. We need to keep our weather going. We'll move all the trucks down to here and we'll start to do it in this locations. Okay, well, actually, if those guys are nomads, you can monitor the locations where they're thinking about going and helping them with that strategy in the future. So where the locations are, what the competition is, whose competition looks like, and you can use this as expansion campaigns. One of our agencies actually in the UK uses it for one of his clients to acquire other businesses. So he monitors competitors in locations and then acquires businesses in those locations because he needs certain shop fronts at certain locations. But there's a few strategies that hopefully you guys can go, do you know what, actually I've got somebody in mind. I can sell that for $200 now, or actually I can do that. I can hit my email list. I can give email warming away tonight for $50 each to everybody that responds and pay for AdLab. Okay, I don't know, just giving some ideas that you can do and you can use. I'll let you all breathe now. Is everyone okay?
I think you need a glass of water.
Yeah. My wife, big one, so it's all right. So it's good for her. So I hope you all found value today. I hope you've at least left today's call enriched with a bit of information that allows you to move your agency forward. Whether you work with us at AdLab or not, I honestly don't mind. If it's right for you, join us. It'd be great to have you a part of it. If it's not, don't worry. Hope you see success, and we're here to support you with whatever you need. That's it from me.